I watched Helluva Boss twice, and I have more positive feelings towards the show than negative. I enjoy the characters and I enjoy music, but there is something really off about the show. And now I can verbalize what's off without the show. It's misogyny. It's misogyny, whether it's intentional misogyny or not. I used to think it was intentional, but the more I read about the writers of the show, more notably Brendan Rogers, the more I think that misogyny might be intentional. But I'm not gonna make any assumption about whether Brendan Rogers is a misogynist or not. I just wanna talk about how terribly written the female characters are in this show. The show has a lot of different female characters. There is no problems with that. There are like if we divide male and female characters, there will be probably 50 and 50. But the problem is not the amount of female characters. It's the way they are written and the way they are presented on screen. And I roughly categorized most female characters in 3 categories, and the first category I think is sexualized female characters, and most notably Veronica, Mayday, and Glitz and Glam. So about Veronica, I mean, the second season definitely fixed her a bit, although she didn't really have a big role. But in the first season, she was just a hypersexualized pop star. I mean, you know what feminism is about. The feminists argue that the popular culture objectifies women, that the society objectifies women, and it doesn't even mean sexualizing. We do not sexualize female sexuality. We do not celebrate female sexuality. We reduce women to just sexual objects to please men. This is a very misogynistic consequence of patriarchy, and the character of Veronica is literally that. Yes, I know that she's a succubus. It's her role in this kind of biblical lore to have sexual appeal, but still, there are so many characters like imps, like literal Lucifer or Satan, and they all have different characteristics. They're not just biblical stereotypes. Unlike Veronica, who was just stereotypical succubus. I mean, just sexy, just attractive, just very attractive. I mean, her design is probably my favorite in the show. And there was nothing. I mean, second season tried to somehow make her a more, I don't know, grounded, humane character, but yeah. And of course, the glitz and glam, they're just character functions. They're just character functions to antagonize Fitz, and that's it. So Fitzroy, he gets a great arc. He gets great development. He's been essentially practically used. I wouldn't say abused, but he's been used by Mammon to generate revenue and to generate a lot of money. And he got fed up with that. He wanted some kind of freedom to break away from his abusive boss. And he's got a great character arc and with a great song and performance, but the glitz and glam are just there as hypersexualized function characters. And it's not even some kind of sexy beauty pageant or anything. It's literally a clown show. They're literally supposed to be clowns, but they're not clowns. They're just sexual dolls, and that's it. That's their only role in the episode. Sexual dolls to antagonize the male characters. The male character who is the main character and the focus of the episode, and the female characters, be damned, they're just functions. And the second category is more fleshed out female characters whose arcs still revolve around the male characters, who don't really have agency on their own. I mean, Luna or Octavia or Millie, they're essentially also just vehicle, just function characters for male characters. Like, for example, Luna, she's not really a character on her own. There is not really a single episode that is fully dedicated to her. You know, we even see her past, not through her own memories and eyes. We see the flashback when she's 18, when Blitz adopts her. Through Blitz's eyes, it's his memories, it's his flashback. We see everything from his perspective. You know, the purpose of Luna is to show that Blitz is growing as a character. He's growing as a character. At the beginning of the show, he has kind of a tense relationship with Luna. Luna abuses him. Luna treats him very poorly, and you know, I judge her for that. It's no good. Even if Blitz is a horrible person, you shouldn't treat horrible people badly. Everyone deserves some fair good attention. So at the beginning of the show, their relationship is kind of bad. To put it mildly, the relationship isn't exactly father and daughter. And by the end of the show, by the end of the episode, by the end of the season 2, because I mean, season 2 is not the end of the show, for better or worse, they essentially become a father and a daughter. She calls him a dad. It's a very nice, heartfelt moment, but it doesn't serve to show. But it serves to show that his character grew. It shows that Bliss grew. This relationship dynamic, first and foremost, shows Blitz's growth. I mean, you can argue it shows Luna's growth as a character as well, but again, there is no focus on Luna in the story. Again, Luna is just a function for Blitz's growth. The show is focused on him, not on Luna. Luna's growth is not really consequential for the overall story. The same way Millie, honestly, Millie's, I'm just really pissed off. She's a really cool character with great design, just like most characters have great design, but she's like a pick-me-up girl. She's like, you know, these girls are like, I'm one of the boys. Girls are like, who say that they don't like girls, that they prefer hanging out with boys, that they like sports and video games and stuff, you know, and try to appear cool to the boys, you know. I think every high school has, or college has, girls like that. Unfortunately, you need to, you need to have more, traditional masculine interests in order to appear cooler, because feminine interests traditionally treated as inferior and worse, which is of course a horrible result of patriarchy. But so Millie is essentially this kind of character, like one of the boys. Like she's not just a regular girl. She's like a boy. She hangs out with boys. She can fight and stuff. And again, we see her. She doesn't have any character depth or character growth. We have a lot of episodes focused on her husband Moxie, and I know Moxie is my favorite character, and in the show I like him. So many episodes focused on him. We know his entire backstory, his relationship with his mother, his relationship with his father. Millie, on the other hand, she's just a girl from the farm. She had nice relationship with her parents. Her relationship with her sister Salome got somewhat not perfect when she moved from the farm, but then they made peace in just a short episode. And again, her and the episode which focuses on her and Salome is just one short 5 minutes episode. It's not even an episode of the main series, just a short episode dedicated to her, like some kind of, I don't know, it feels like a Tolkien episode. I mean, even the latest, the Barbie Wire episode just feels like a Tolkien episode, just to show that, look, fans have been asking about Barbie Wire, and here we did not forget about Barbie Wire. Here she is, that's her life. And also immediately the new merchandise was dropped, and I just think that these short episodes are just made to, drop merchandise and sell it and make money. I think that's their main purpose, because so the female characters like Barbie Wire or Mila, they don't even deserve to shine in the main series. They just have 5 minutes episodes, which again, used mostly to promote merchandise. And of course, the worst offender is Octavia. I mean, what can I say? Octavia is an absolute victim. She's absolutely right. Everything she feels in this show is right. If we think about her relationship with Stolas, Stolas has not been a good father most of her life. Stolas has been neglecting. She's 17. He doesn't even know what she enjoys. He takes her to that Lululand park, which she abhors because she's too old for that. She takes her to that creepy show with a creepy kind of robotic Fitzroy. And because that's what they used to enjoy when she was a toddler, a kid, and now that she's an almost legal adult, of course she does not enjoy that stuff any longer. But Stolas, he doesn't have a single idea what she enjoys. She has to tell her father what she likes at the end of the episode, because her father, he's so deep in his relationship with Blitz that he couldn't even bother to ask his daughter what she likes. It's very simple. Just ask your daughter, where do you want to go? What do you enjoy? Maybe you want to go to some punk rock concert or something like that, or some cool shop or whatever you're into right now. But he didn't care at all, and he didn't know what she liked. Fantastic parent, and still we somehow need to feel bad for Stolas. We need to. Yes, I know that. Yes, I do feel bad for him. I know that he is also a victim of the circumstances, a victim of spousal abuse by Stella. But still, we need to see the situation from the Octavia's perspective, and we just don't. Again, just like we see the relationship between Luna and Blitz from from Blitz's perspective, the relationship between Millie and Moxie from Moxie's perspective. Here it's exactly the same. We see the relationship between Via and Stolas through Stolas' perspective. And again, just like Luna, she's used as a vehicle for Stolas' character development. At the beginning of the show, the relationship between Blitz and Luna are terrible. By the end, they become good. With Via and Stolas, the relationship are more or less okay at the beginning, but then they become estranged by the end. Like two opposite arcs happen here. But again, the arcs of Stolas and Blitz, not Luna and Octavia. There is another category of characters who are barely consequential. I used Queen Bee because she's cool, but yeah, she's like barely consequential for the story at all. And of course, there is the character who sticks out, the character who I think is the worst offender of the whole show, Stella. Yes, I'm not saying she shouldn't be evil. It's cool when you, it's cool when a female character is evil. Female character can be good, can be anti-hero, can be straight up villain. But Stella, she's not even a good villain. She's just, the writing is just not existing. In 2 seasons, she's not developed in any way. She doesn't have a single humanizing scene. Like at all. I'm not kidding. Like let's take Valentino from Hazbinhotel. Is he a terrible character? Is he a terrible person? He's an abuser, he's a rapist, he's a misogynist. He's a horrible character. Oh no, if he somehow managed to end up in our world, he would have gone to the Epstein Island. He would have been best buds with Trump and Epstein. He's that bad. But he's got a few scenes where he's shown as just a normal guy. I'm not saying he should be an absolute evil, that we should absolutely abhor him, that he should be a cartoonish evil or something. It's nice to have scenes that somehow humanize bad characters. I think it's a sign of good writing. But why can't we have the same for Stella? Just anything to show that he is an alive character, that she's alive, that she thinks that she has her plans. why is she so abusive towards Stolz? Because they essentially were married off to each other when they were kids, and of course Stella didn't even have normal childhood or teenage years. I mean, how old she was when she gave birth to Octavia? Like 17, 18. That's horrible. That's horrible. Your whole life is confined to your husband and to your kid, and you don't even have a life at all. That's horrible. She's an abused woman. She's an abused woman. But the show that is not interested in showing that and showing that she's abused. I mean, I don't mind her being evil. I mean, she could be a really cool villain for this show, but she's not. She doesn't even confront Stolas and Blitz. Instead, we have her brother, whose name is, I think it's Andrew Elfus or something like that. I mean, in the episode, the scenes Andrew Elfus confronts Stolas, Blitz, and Octavia. Not even her. She's got no agency at all. She's not even, well, Andrew Elfus is essentially serves as like, he's in the show just to avoid to giving Stella any kind of development or agency in the show. And again, as I said, I'm not complaining that Stella is horrible, abusive, and the villain. I mean, I'm not complaining about that. But make her feel real. I mean, these two shows, Helluva Boss and hazbinhotel, they're focused on humanizing bad characters. Like Blitz is terrible. He's a hitman. He abuses everyone. Nobody likes him. But the show humanizes him, shows that he's a deeply traumatized man, and the way he treats other people, like Verosika or Stolas, is his way to cope with this loneliness, with this trauma, with the generational trauma that he carries. And the way Stolas behaves is also the result of parental neglect and generational trauma. And hazbinhotel is just built around that not every sinner is a bad character, and not every winner is a good character. I mean, it's not that black and white. In such in such a show like Helluva Boss, in such universe like Helluva, Stella remains an absolute one-dimensional character. And if she was a man, I swear, if she was a man, she would have had much more development. She would have had much more going on, but for her, she's not a man, she's a woman. And evidently the writers of Helluva Boss are not very interested in writing women. I think that they really don't like writing writing women. I think they're very interested in writing gay men, not in writing women. And again, another problem that should probably be addressed is fetishizing gay people in the show, but it's a different topic altogether from misogyny. It's also important to talk about that how gay men specifically are fetishized in Helluva Boss. Yes, and one last point is, I really didn't. I'm conflicted about the episode. Unhappy Campers, on the one hand, it has cool animation and music, and it's a generally cool episode, but on the other hand, Moxie and Millie, they cross-dress. Millie pretends to be a guy while Moxie pretends to be a feminine girl, and his femininity is mocked. He wears this feminine clothes, pretends to be a girl, and and everybody hates him in that camp. He's mocked for presenting himself in a feminine manner. On the other hand, Millie is praised for presenting herself as a guy. So this kind of masculinity is praised, whereas Moxie's femininity is kind of mocked. So what kind of the show isn't even underwriting female characters. It mocks femininity. I might be overthinking, and maybe the writers didn't have such intent. I'm almost sure the writers did not have intentions to mock femininity, but this episode came out as like a mockery of femininity, And I think it's very important to talk about it, how media portrays femininity and female characters. And so that's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, I thought I would talk for, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes, but I think it's longer. I also just remember that character from Sinsmus, who comes to the IMP and hires them to kill her husband, and turns out her husband is gay. So the whole premise of this affair is that she is a bad bitch because she's angry that her husband cheated on her and preferred another man. So she's bad for that, and at the end they just kick her out. So a woman is bad and deserves to be kicked out just because he's really angry at her husband who cheated on her and lied to her about his sexuality. And yeah, the last point that I think is very important, and it's the use of slurs. I don't want to repeat the slurs. I'll just say I already said the word bitch, and I mean, whereas in this show, bitch is not really, I mean, it's not really gendered. Every character gets called bitch at some point, but it is still a misogynistic slur. It is literally a slur. It's like calling black people N-words, something like that. It is a misogynistic slur, and this word bitch, I think I've seen compilations somewhere on YouTube, Blitz saying B-word, and the compilation is like really long because he calls every female character he encounters a bitch, and it's just not good. We should get rid of such language, such misogynistic language, because this language is misogynistic. It belittles women. It compares women to female dogs whose only purpose is to breed. It takes away all the humanity, all the agency, and dehumanizes women, compares them to animal. Yes, so I guess that's it. Thank you for listening to this rant, and see ya.